And like, bro, like I said, but like I'm not no scammer, I'm not no trapper, none of that, bro. So like, you feel me? A nigga like me, I'm like, bro, finally, bro, God finally blessing the real trap niggas. Like, like it's just like, what is all this? Like, I'm just like on some weird like path, meeting weird people and doing shit. And I'm like, I guess I'm weird. And then like I seen like X's interview, yeah, just shit. Like, why the fuck do I know you? Why the fuck do I know this person? Like, I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I was damn near like a stepping stone away from X. Like, I was like, damn near like I could have linked up with somebody and eventually have linked up with him if he wasn't in jail type shit. Like,
we call ourselves city, but we global. And everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.
nigga was fighting niggas about his shit, bro. Like, you, like, bro, you couldn't tell anybody like he ain't want that shit, bro. He ain't want to go up. So it's just like, bro, it's just a matter of like how hard niggas want this shit. Do you want to just be comfortable? You feel just sit on some bread to where you're just like comfortable with a shit on niggas, get enough hoes, or do you want to like actually like do something bigger than just like being a popular nigga, bro? Like, it's like be impactful, bro. Like do different things. Don't do it like he did, cause he ain't. That's Kendrick, bro.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, trust me. But speaking of X, and we started sharing a story with us earlier about actually your first time peeping him, right? Like take us back into. I think you were in high school and
yeah, that was sophomore year. It was 2016, November 12th. Bro, it was either bro, 16 is my angel number, so I might be tripping on the November date. It was 2016, November 12th or the 16th, and so like it was at Roomba's nightclub in West Beach. My homeboy was like, yo, like my homie K-Brad, Calvin was good. He told me that Saturday was performing. We all went to the same school. So I was just like, all right, bet, what's up with this shit? Like, I never been to the underground show. So I push up, man. This nigga Saturday went crazy, bro. Like, I was just like, bro, like, I was just so like, fucking, like, just, I was like, damn, like, I was just, bro, keep it real. I was starting shit, bro. Like, I was just like, damn, like, lights flashing, noise, like, shit, my hearing is distorted. Like, what the fuck? You feel me? Shit was just going crazy. And so, like, that was just somebody that I knew locally. But then there was also, like, the other headliners that were, what SAD was opening. There was the headliners that was, like, it was Wi-Fi, Smoke Perp, Lil Pump, Ski Master, Slump God. And that was it. And, like, by the time Ski Mask came, because he was closer to X, niggas was, like, in the crowd, like, free X. Free X, like niggas start putting their X up, like they're like free X. I'm like, who the fuck this nigga is, but free this nigga. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this nigga is, but free X, man. Like, y'all niggas turned up, like, you feel me? I'm new to this shit.
I don't care what he did.
Yeah, you feel me? I'm talking about like full on, like I'm in full on like foreigner, like bro, young ass Canadian mode. Like obviously it's been years since I've been from Canada, but I'm like, it's like damn near another culture shock. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is all this, bro? So I get home, I'm like, bro, who the fuck is X? Like after I look up all these other niggas who were at the show, I start looking at just like different like fight videos. I'm like, what the fuck? This is probably why this nigga's in jail. But then I see his interview with No Jumper, bro, and like I start listening to this nigga's story, bro, and just everything that like he was saying, bro. Like just like, bro, this nigga's tapped in, bro. Like this nigga's really tapped in, bro. Like he was saying shit that just like made a lot of sense to me, bro. Cause like at that time, bro, like dog, like I feel like just moving from West Palm, because I went to Palm Beach Lakes High School from before I switched to Santa Lucia's High School. At that time, you feel me? Like I feel like getting over the culture shock, developing like an identity in a sense, and like familiarity with my area. Like it just felt so fucked up to like move from there to like beach and then like be in a new school and all this shit and just like you feel me, just be throwed and lost. So I was just like, bro, like, what am I really doing out here, bro? And like I just coincidentally ended up making music just on some shit, just following like just my path, like just I'm skipping school, smoking, just link up with like Drabo's engineer. It was Justina Natali who's engineering for him. This was like when Drabo was snitching.
Hey,
I'm not on no street shit, but I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, I'm not on no street shit, but I'm just keeping it real. That's what happened. He snitched, and like that's just what niggas got mad about it. Yeah. So like this is like when he was still popping. So I'm just like, oh shit, you engineered for Drabo, like that's crazy. Like you feel me? So I'm like listening to this thing. He's like, yeah, we throw parties, like this and that, blah blah. So I'm like, all right, cool, I might push up. You feel me? And I wasn't on no music shit, but it's just like, fam, I just started linking up with this nigga. We smoking weed. Then like, you feel me? You put me on, like you feel me? Just I started selling weed. I'm selling weed to a whole bunch of like, you know, like just like, I want to say, like, I don't want to like shit on y'all, but it's like, you know, kind of like privileged ass kids, like in like, you know, like West Boynton and shit, or like, you feel me? I'm going to like big houses and shit. I'm going to like different events or whatever, and I'm just meeting people. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is my life right now? Like, I don't understand what I'm doing. Like, it's just like, what is all this? Like, I'm just like on some weird like path, meeting weird people and doing shit. And I'm like, I guess I'm weird. And then like I seen like X's interview, just shit. And then like
good
so,
addition,
yeah, bro. And then so like I see X's interview, and I'm like, bro, like it just all felt like a culmination of just like my journey. Like it was just like to connect me to like whatever like spiritual path niggas was on. Like I feel like I'm on the same shit, bro. Like it's just like I feel like I'm on like some lineage, branches and trees and shit. And like it's like the interconnectedness. Like I could feel it, bro. Like I was just like, bro, I'm out here moving for no reason. And even just like learning about X, I'm like meeting different people. Are you familiar with like Mateo, right? Mateo Dorado. He's like with like Alamo and shit. Like, bro, like
I may be,
bro. You definitely like. He was like throwing shows with like John and shit. Like early, like you know, with the Surrey shows. Like, bro, just
I gotta be that name's familiar. Mateo's
yeah. If you see his face, you're gonna because
I gotta see his face.
Yeah, he's been everywhere, bro. Like tapped in, like and just even with that, like it's just like, bro, he done spoke with these niggas through shows like that. That one video where X is standing on top of that van with Wi-Fi and shit. They got kicked out of Roombas. I wasn't there for that, but like Mateo was involved with like throwing the show and putting that show together. And like on some shit, I met Mateo through Justino and like just a bunch of different other people, bro. And like dog, like I just remember like talking to this bro, like you're doing all this shit, like you're doing these shows. I'm like, what the fuck, like why the fuck do I know you? Why the fuck do I know this person? Like I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like I was damn near like a stepping stone away from X. Like I was like damn near like I could have linked up with somebody and eventually have linked up with him if he wasn't in jail type shit. Like I was just like, bro, like I'm supposed to be doing this shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm following. I'm supposed to follow this shit, bro. And like for some reason, bro, like bro was just like my twin. Bro was just like my twin, but I never slid to a show though. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. Like I never slid to a show, but like so I'm just watching this, and even at times I'd be like, bro, this man's tweaking, bro. Like you just getting into beefs and all that and shit. But like as I came to understand, and like as I came to like really get through like own like trials and tribulations and like and balancing out activity and all the weird shit that comes with this, like, I really started to like think like, bro, like it's not that different for me. It's just different levels to this shit. Like it's just like I don't know, like even his like all that negative shit, bro. Like I feel like his status, like to get to the point where he's at, bro. Like if you watch the documentary, it's damn near fucked up, but like it's like negativity sells, bro. Yeah. And that's why he tries so hard to switch out of like, you know, that mode and being in a positive mindset, because it's like I joke about this shit a lot and like I reference it in my music. It's like you sell your soul, bro. Like it's like you know, right, like you know, and you have your own perspective of right. And I feel like those people who like heavily made it like public how a person could deal and like battle with those rights and wrongs and like their own perspective, what's good and the public's perception of like what's good and bad, bro. Because you in this little bubble down here in Florida where this shit is just like, yeah, turn it up, do this shit, bro. And then you get to a more mainstream level, like you were saying, like how big companies, like you feel me, they're kind of disconnected and now they got to look at like ethics and like you know,
especially now,
and shit. Especially now, bro. And like a lot of times, niggas, like they don't really think about these things. And for some reason, I feel like X was put in place for really me to think about that shit, bro. Like, on some shit, and whoever else is, you feel me, gonna come about from his inspiration, bro. Like it's just like I feel like niggas like X, bro. Like it's just like niggas just like it sounds weird, phrase, but it's like niggas are examples, bro. Even myself, I think of myself as an example because I fuck up, but at the same time, like I'm aware enough of it to be like, damn, like, I mean, let me check myself. Let me like delete Instagram for a little minute. Let me like, I'm talking too reckless. I'm on some bullshit. Like, it's just like, you know, like I don't know. My first time peeping X, bro. Like, I feel like I'm still peeping. Like, I'm still peeping, bro. Like, I'm still learning, bro.
It goes even deeper.
Yeah, bro.
Talk to us about Godlikegio. It's your latest album, and it's your baby.
Yeah.
You know, and I know even during the process, I was talking to you and you were just like, man, this is gonna be so, it's just gonna be so crazy. and you know, like you were just so excited about it, and I know you see it bigger than even I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to us about that album.
So Godlikegio, man. So like, I think that
first off, how do you even get the name?
All right, so Godlikegio, yeah. It's like this French cartoon. They used to come on like Cartoon Network back when I was a kid. It's called Godlikegio. It's like about these kids, like they're in like some like, I don't know. It's based in France. Like I don't. They're like in middle school or some shit. I was in middle school at the time. Basically, like it's just on some like, they would download into like this like alternate like matrix like computer world or whatever. The main antagonist was like this code. And so like it was just like these kids against like a virus infecting the world, fucking shit up. So I was just fucking with that shit. And even in them still, dumb kids too plugged in things. I'm dumb still. Like you feel me? Like I feel like they kind of, I like even now I relate to them in a sense of like anything that kind of depicts like escapism, just like anything that kind of depicts escapism. Like I feel like I really relate to, because it's just like, even on some artistry shit we were talking about how like you gotta like people like you be around more, you should be around shit. Like you feel Godlikegio is a place, you feel, it's just like Godlikegio is the, like it's an alternate world. It's just like you feel me, it's the escape. It's like its own world, bro. Like
paradigm,
you know.
Yeah, like
I would say that, like you feel me. I would say like a paradigm, bro. Like I don't know, bro. Like it's hard to describe. It's really hard to put into words, bro. Like, but like I think in the creation process of it, it was really just a matter of me like proving again the proving ground, just like proving to myself like how far I could take this shit. Because at this point, I'm like damn near 2-3 years into school. You feel me? You feel me? Like I'm not doing like crazy shows and shit like that. So when I like wrote this year, fuck, like I don't know, like I was at work, bro. Like I was working at the hotel, bro. Like just like a night shift, bro. You just like I'm too like deep in this shit, getting like all the time in school. Fuck, am I really even like? Am I still fly? So then like I pull at the beat, bro. Like I start writing. I'm at work, bro. Like let me get in the stew. So I go in the stew and like Roxy had just opened his shit up, and it's crazy because in 2020 he built a stew. Like he was just in his crib, and at the time like I was just like kind of like a year in school or something. I was like, bro, I'm just duck off. I'm just grinding out, bro. Like I just go crazy when I pop up. And so ironically, we just ended up linking up here in 2022. No, 2021, because that's when we started. And so like we lock in and we start recording that shit, and like I don't know, bro, the conversations, especially that with Roxy, bro, because like you feel me, he was basically through the same shit, just like having to duck off and like you feel me, just build some shit, bro. Like I was just like this, bro. Like I don't give a fuck about this school shit, this work shit, bro. Like I'm still gonna do it, bro. But like, bro, I go like all the way with music. You feel me? It's like my energy is split between these three things, but at the same time, like it's like I gotta go 100% of music, and then just like whatever is tapped out, bro. That's what I'll leave like my burnt out. Like I'll be burnt out off of music, bro, and just continue with the fuck else I gotta do. It's like I gotta do this music shit. So from that moment, I just kept locking in with Roxy. We kept recording. I was just like, every time I get in this shit, like it's like muscle memory, bro. Like I just start like, I was like writing it. I was just like, bro, fuck this. Like I'm not even writing no more. Like just record, and just recreating a vibe, and then going back in, mixing shit, and just like obviously I'm no engineer, but you feel me, just making sure that like I'm sitting down and like giving Roxy the time to be able to actually like tap into the sound and craft it how we need it, that industry like competition level, bro. Like to be able to compete on a higher level than what I've been doing, bro. Because the shows and shit, bro. Like I'm knowing I'm market shit. Local, but it's like I gotta like expand, bro. And so, like I said, Godlikegio contemporary album. It's hip hop. It's alternative hip hop, a little bit of pop, but overall, like it's just like a contemporary album, really just made to like spread over time. Like hit way different. Like right now, I'm like 22 years old. A lot of niggas in this shit, bro. Like young niggas from doing the shows and shit like that, like 16, 15 type shit, bro. By the time they get to my age, bro, like they're gonna like hear this shit and bro, this nigga knew what the fuck like he was talking about. Cause like I listen to niggas like Drake, bro. Dog, like Tuscan leather smelling like a brick. Like nigga said, I'm tired of hearing who you checking for now. Just give it time. Let's see who's around it. Like, okay, from now, like shit like that, bro. Like I remember, like I was in middle school. That shit dropped. I didn't know what the fuck this nigga was saying, bro. Like, and I'm in this shit making music. I'm like,
he knew where he was going.
Yeah, and like
Drake made sure to even freaking last name ever, first name greatest. You know, like even with shit like that, he knew where he was going.
Literally, bro. That's what my name God. Like I'm trying to do this shit. Like so fucking like I want it to be like it can only be like obviously to compare to God. Like it's gonna be like what the fuck, bro? You think you could do that? I don't know, nigga. I just feel like I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to be real. Like it's just like I never really had like it's like I feel like my version of doubts is really just like I can't even say that I have doubts. I feel like I run into problems and I get frustrated about problems. Really doubt where I'm headed, place where my path is going, bro. Like it's just like niggas be like, bro, why do you do this shit?
Yeah, you already know where you're at, and you're just working through the now.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's a different level of confidence, and I mean, it's not even just confidence. It's like a knowing, you know. It's like a inner knowing your self-worth and just knowing where you're destined to be.
For sure, bro.
Yeah,
for sure, bro. I tell people all the time, bro. Like you gotta know that shit yourself. Like, bro, like birds, like sit over. I have conversations all the time, bro. Like a lot of times, like you feel me, like he'll be unsure. He'll be unsure about beats. Or, like be unsure about certain shit. Tell bro, like bro, you're hard. Like y'all niggas probably listen to like Rax, The Vibe, JoJo. I'm trying to think of other ones that were recent that you might have. It's like shit like that. Like he produced that shit, bro. Even Quick Quote Pro, like he collabed with. Oh shit. Even Quick Quote Pro, like he could. I'm like, no, because I feel like I don't know why, but like I was like, oh, it's shit for the fall, but yeah, bro, like bro, shit like that, bro, like it's crazy, bro. Like niggas will come to me and be like, bro, who the fuck produced it, bro? I'm trying to tap in with birds. I'm trying to, bro, won't even have Instagram. Just like, damn, I'm unsure, but I feel that though, because no one can really say that they can predict the future. I can't really say that I can predict the future. I can't visually see. But like my intuition is so strong that like I damn near almost can, bro. Like intuition is really just how do you say?
It's a compass. It's
a compass.
It's like your guidance.
Yeah, it's a compass and it's your guidance, but at the same time, bro, like but at the same time, it's like, bro, you gotta think about it, bro. It's just like to intuitive know something, bro. It's based off experience, bro. So it's like get intuition about certain shit, certain person, certain situation. It's like you gotta think like, why the fuck do I have an intuitive feeling? Why do I have a gut feeling? It's like, bro, you gotta think. It's like at some point you had to have lived this life, or at some point you had to even deja vu. It's like, bro, something that you've never seen shouldn't feel familiar unless you're actually experienced with it, bro. So for some reason, bro, like I'm tapped into where like I'm just like accidentally linking up with niggas who are up, popping, or just like know somebody to change my life or some shit. And I'm just like, intuitively, bro, I'm just moving. Like I really don't know. I can't tell you that like 5 years, but I just know that I'm finna be up. That's it. Like I can't tell you that like like I just know, bro. Like it's just weird. Like it's like it's crazy, bro. Like through my ups and downs, I've been through some bullshit. Like the fuck, like on some shit. Just like I felt like I don't know. Like I feel weird, like because it's like an interview. I don't know. It don't really matter, bro. But it's like, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I had like zero in my bank. Like end of like I had $0 bank. Like at the end of like 2020 or something. And like I had quit my job, bro. Like after like dropped a bunch of like projects and shit. Like I quit my job, so I had no job for like 3 months. Like bro, like I'm sober as fuck for 3 months. Like, I'm not smoking shit. Like trying to pass drug tests. Like I'm just like, damn, fuck. I am down bad. Like bro, I done fucked up. Like fuck this music shit. I'm like, fuck this music shit. I done fucked up. And then so like, entering 2021, I done fucked around and found a job at like a hotel, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. And at the time, I was fucking around with them Forex niggas for a little bit. But it was just to get an initial knowledge of like what the fuck all the trading shit
whatever
was.
that thing called.
Yeah, Academy.
Yeah.
hey, you can blur that out. You can blur that out. No sponsorship. But yeah. So like, I'm like tapped in with these boys. I'm learning a little bit about this trading shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about the pyramid scheme. Like, I'm learning the speeches or whatever. You feel me? Getting over my social anxiety. Anytime like I learned this trading shit, like it's just some side quest bullshit that I thought was irrelevant. Then like, I'm sitting here with a job and I'm looking at Dogecoin, right? I'm like, damn, this shit might go up, nigga. So I'm like telling all my niggas, like, yo, I think we should fuck with Dogecoin. Like, I don't know, like on some TikTok shit, this shit might go viral. I got no job in January, bro. I'm talking about, I get my tax returns, I get like $300. And I get this job at a hotel like in February. And so by like the second month, I made like 25 plus my tax returns plus like what I was I made like 25. I put all that shit in Robinhood, put it in Dogecoin. I made back 25 bands by the end of March. And so like I'm sitting here like, bro, can't shit stop me. I feel like Kyle. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I done got an advance.
Like KG, anything is possible.
Bro. I'm like, nigga, I done got an advance. You feel me? And like, bro, like I said, but like I'm not no scammer. I'm not no trapper. None of that, bro. So like, you feel me? A nigga like me, I'm like, bro, finally, bro, God finally blessing the real trap niggas. Like, so I'm like, fuck. Like, all right, what I do with this shit? So I'm like, all right, cool. Man, I ran through that shit, bro. I shot a video for Night Shift, bro, and then from there, I just like, bro, Cop Down Studios. That was like when I got in that phase where I was just like, I'm sitting on bread, man. I'm like unsure of my music. I don't got no like hard ass project out. I ain't dropped shit since 2020. I don't give a fuck about this bread, nigga. Fuck it up, bro. So I just get in the studio and start. And I ran through that shit. I made Godlikegio. Now, bro, I'm sitting on it at a whole new job. I get paid less than last year, but I'm just like, bro, this project is so hard.
It is. It was worth it.
It's a very fat investment.
This is an investment.
Shit. I was like been reading this book. It's just it's called Thinking Fast and Thinking Slow. And it talks a lot about certain people averse to risk and certain people who into it, like prone to risk. You feel me? Kind of gamble with shit.
Yeah.
And like it's a lot of different mentalities, bro, but it's just two distinct mentalities, bro. It's just like intuitive. System 1 and System 2. System 1 is your intuitive. System 2 is more concentrated critical thinking. So like certain people kind of run on just their intuition and just go with gut feelings. And like a lot of times what you see like at the top of like, you know, just the leaderboard, just like see running shit or like just having the most cultural impact. Because it's like, look at someone like Kanye West who's like, you know, he's one of the richest black men in America. Just like, it's not a lot of black billionaires. But in 2016, niggas was just getting his ass. He was 3 years in debt.
Yeah.
The fuck you blew that shit on? Like, the fuck you did, nigga? But at the same time, bro, like, he was sitting there telling Sway. He was sitting there $53 million in debt telling Sway. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Exactly. So I'm like, okay. I see that I'm like these niggas, and these niggas like me. And I see that the way that I move, it just happens to connect shit. The dots just connect. I see this shit just flips. The script just flips randomly. So like, take the risk. Just go in, take the risk. Just stop giving a fuck. At the end of the day, like, I'm in college. The fuck, I already took out. Fuck, I gotta worry about. I'm taking this risk, bro. Like, I really fuck, bro. And I'm not just gonna like throw my fucking time and way just like scam some shit out or try some shit out. I really take my time and duck off, bro. Dude, I do my Instagram too, bro. Every time I deleted my Instagram, I pop back, bro. Shit didn't affect.
That's we talk about. If we talk about matrices, that's the biggest matrix. But we are running low on time, so I do want to get let's close out with what you have following this project, and also you know, what your message to the youth is. You know, this is changing the youth. I do want to get your perspective. I feel like you gave a lot of game just in the last part there, but
yeah, but bro, I be getting like I be going off on tangents, bro. Like,
that's, you and Kanye are similar.
But yeah, bro, like my next project, I'm working on some shit called Arcadia, and Arcadia, it's like a myth, like I think it's like in Babylon or some shit, but it's like a mythical place. It's basically supposed to be a place of like serenity and just like peace.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like I kind of want to just like juxtaposition that, just like go crazy and really tee up this shit. Like a lot of the music I'm making right now is just off of me getting back to these events after being gone for some off and be, damn, y'all can't turn it up. I'm getting in the stool, like I said, bro. Like a lot of niggas, bro, like Destroy Ev, bro. He's been going so hard performing, bro. Like I've been like, bro, the last 2 shows, like nigga went harder than me. I'm like, say less. I'm like, but say less, for sure. I told him I was like, bro, you got me working my formula as we speak right now. Feel me?
Destroy Ev is talented. I've seen them in shows as well.
Oh, yeah. So like Arcadia is gonna be a lot of teed up shit. That's my next project. It's gonna be an EP, but keep it short. But
okay.
It's gonna be a lot of like just a lot of turned up shit.
This is very soon. Are we getting this very soon or what?
Yeah.
Man, you just dropped Godlikegio.
Mm-hmm. I dropped that in March. So like I want to say like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I'm ready to drop Arcadia probably like end of summer or some shit. Just depends. I'm gonna see how these shows go, because I'm performing this Saturday, so I'm gonna perform like 2 new songs. But I don't know, bro. Like I really just, I'm not on no like holding myself shit no more. Too much of a perfectionist. Bro, I can sit down, bro. I cop 10. Bro, I could record like so many. I have to be Future, bro. Like, I just have to drop just for real and just like go. Because at the end of the day, visually, bro, I really know what I gotta do in terms of just like taking my time, creating some quality shit, making sure I'm selective with the music I put behind it, so it's like something that translates to a wide audience. You know what I mean? So it's just the best way I could do this is to have projects that I can curate and have from the fan base tell me what they're gravitating more towards, to what I can push more towards. So,
visually, you do a good job.
Yeah, like
you do a great job.
I
think you always kill it with the visuals. Even your branded shirt right now.
It's all subliminal.
All subliminal. Yeah. What you got going on is very rare. So keep doing what you're doing, man. We're gonna tap in absolutely next time, and I want to see Godlikegio go up.
Yeah, man.
Your numbers are good too. Honestly.
Yeah. I be pushing I gotta push the playlist. I gotta push the promotion. I gotta push the performances. I gotta get like the stream plays.
Yeah.
People go live on stream.
I see your recent videos. Everything is up right now. Honestly. So.
All right, bro. I gotta do my own label.
Yeah.
I do my own label. I gotta get my own event somehow.
Yeah. Y'all check out Godlikegio, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Godlike for real.
Changing the youth, man.
Appreciate you changing the youth. Jerry Novato, Steve Lux, Nightly, Stars International. We out.
We strive to motivate, inspire young minds so they don't go to waste. We call ourselves city, but we global. And everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.